Hi friends, I have another craft for you today. Today we are going to make a rustic sunflower. I love it. This one I really grunged up. We might less grunge up this next one, but I love it. So simple, easy to do. So let's give it a go. You need to have some pages out of a book that you are repurposing. So we're just upcycling, recycling a book. So these are already yellow, which is great for what we're trying to accomplish here. So that's great. But I also am going to add some antique wax to grunge it up a little more because I like that, but maybe not as much as this, I'm not sure. Then you need to have a lid, like this is a jar lid, it's metal. A jar lid was my center. And so have a little bit of polyfill or some stuffing out of an old pillow or something to put inside to make it three-dimensional. Put some of that in there. And then we need some paper to cover this over. You know, there used to be onion skin. I don't know if you even find that anymore. But look what I'm using. This is the paper from a used tea bag, a family size tea bag. So after my friend made her tea, I snagged her bags and I just emptied out the tea and unfolded it. None of this is where I cut it off from where it's stapled up at the top. But it's folded in half and just folded on itself. It's not like sealed. I didn't have to cut anything else. And then I rinsed it out, and this is what's gonna be my center. Isn't that awesome? So the first thing you do is whatever paper you're wanting to use, add your little polyfill, flip over your top just like this, and use some hot glue and glue it down. So that's what we're gonna do. Grab my scissors so maybe I don't burn myself. So I've put the polyfill in. I'm just going around this and gluing it down. And you can cut off the excess. So this tea bag is perfect size. But whatever size your jar happens to be, you just need to get some paper that'll cover it up. So I'm just going around in a circle and tacking this around. So this is our craft surface. This is what we're going to be crafting on. Because it's our center. We're working from the center out. So if you have excess, you can just trim it off. I'm not even going to worry about it. Because I took this from the paper that I did for this one, and I made myself a circle. And that's going to cover up the back so it has a neat back surface. I might actually trim a little bit of that off. And there's my center. Isn't that cute? So that's how we will know how long of a book, or how big you want your pages to be. So here's a good way to do an example. Here's one of the sheets, right? We are going to, let me distress it first, or grunge it up a little bit, and I'll show you. So, I've got this sealed with some, what do you call it? Saran wrap, because I don't want it to dry out in between my crafting times. So I am taking, you can take a sponge, I'm taking a paper towel. I'm just getting a smidge of my wax, and I'm gonna grunge up the edges. I ripped this out so you can see how it's uneven, but the other side's even. You can rip that if you want. I'm just going to show you on the back side of this so you can see maybe that I am just going to put some of this on my edges to make it a little more grungy than it was. So with the first one, I'll show you the difference color-wise when I finish. I'm rubbing some of this off first so that I don't get too big of a dark spots. And I think on this one, I'm just gonna do the edges of my book page. So let me finish this one real quick and I'll show you. How many pages do you need? Well, that depends on you and how full you want your flower to be. I started with 10. I don't think I used 10 on that one. I might have used 9, 8 or 9. I don't think I used 10. But I colored Distressed 10 a little bit, just in case. All right, so this is one side, but I'm doing both. I need to do both sides. So I don't want too much on there. I love the effect this has on the ripped side. And you can make this effect lots of different ways. This is antique wax. You could just use paint. If you want this edged look, you could tear down each side if you want. You could also use a flame. So I have totally done that before, where you get, I used a lighter that you would light like a candle, not a cigarette lighter, but the long ones that has safety space there so you don't burn yourself. I have used that on just regular yellowed paper, but I wanted it to have like a burn look, and you just basically set it on fire, just little pieces at a time, and blow it out so that you won't, one, start a fire, but so you can control sort of where your burn goes. That would look great. I haven't done that with this one. But, all right, so I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera great, but I have just distressed or grunged or darkened the outside of these. So I'm gonna do the rest of them. I should have done it before I got on camera. Sorry about that. But, so what we're doing is we're gonna scrunch this, like not tight like a ball, but we're going from corner to corner. So I am going to, one, scrunch and get it a little wrinkled, right? And get a little wrinkled. And then I am going to go from corner to corner. See, I have one corner here, one corner here. I got it a little bit wrinkled, and I'm gonna fold it in half. And this is how I'm getting my petals. So I have the points out. You can do it that way, or you can flip it and go this corner to corner. That's also a very fun crochet pattern, corner to corner. That's not what we're doing today. And pull this out, and you have more of the ripped edge. But you're basically scrunching it with the corners out, not up and down, but to the corner, and then folding it in half. And these are my petals. You look and see which side you like the best. Grab your center, and you glue it on. So, depending on if I put it all the way in the center or up to the edge is how much leaf I have or petal I have. I do it on the edge. If you happen to have a long book sheet page, then you might want to put it down deeper. So you just play with it and see what you want. So remember, you're doing it upside down. So the side you want to look at needs to be facing away from you. And then you can always tweak it when it's up. But here is my first petal. That's so cute. So let's just scrunch up a few more of these. And then what I didn't show you is how I grunged up the first part. So I'm only doing the edges of this to just get a little darker space on my edges. But what I did with the first one, I did the whole page. So I concentrated on the edges, but I went right through the whole page. Or I've got some friends that don't like this effect. They wouldn't do it at all. They would just use a yellow page to start off with and leave it that way. And allow the wrinkle part to be enough aging effect. Oh, here's another way you can age. You could actually use the tea. The tea itself could, you know how it aged our center on that fabric. You can use it to stain your page. That looks really nice. Or coffee. Coffee would work too. I'm not a huge coffee person. In fact, I don't drink it at all. And I wouldn't want my book to smell like coffee. Tea I'm okay with. All right, here's another page. That quick. Oops. Move this out of my workspace. Crinkle it up a little bit. Not a whole lot. I'm not making a ball out of it, as you can tell. And then I am going to go corner to corner and fold it up. You can twist. Let me show you that. You can twist it. Need a little twist in there. That'll look good too. Pinch it in the middle. Figure out which side you like the best. Flip that side to the front of your project. And glue it on. So I kind of position it a little bit and take a peek. And see if I like the way it's looking. Remember, at least on mine, my fabric's thin. My paper is thin. That's on top of my center of my flower. So I have to watch my nails. I don't want to rip my paper. Now I have two. This one, I thought I'd make a different style so you can see the difference. A little less petals. How many do I have on this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might have 6 on there, but this one, I want to see what it looks like with maybe 4, 5 or 4. And see if I can get a little different style. Crunch up my side. And see, I'm doing this paint, but it's almost like a dry brush, but with a paper towel. People do this with baby wipes. It's, you know, whatever you got and you want to use. But my point is, you're watching me, I'm putting the paint on it and immediately crafting with it. So you could make this for decorations. I have some twine here. So before I put that backing on that I showed you, measure out a circle from your page, and so you can cover up the back so it just looks neater. I have made a loop out of twine. We'll do that here in a minute too. And made a hanger so I can hang it up. Crinkle. Pull in half. I like my corners up. Kind of makes it look like a petal. Which one do I like here? I like this one. Get my center, place it on there, and take a peek. It's looking good. Let me glue this on, I'll show you what the back looks like. A little bit of glue. Love me some hot glue. Place my page down here. Now this glue is what's holding it on, right? But putting the backing on is a little bit of an extra support, I guess. Oh yeah, we are shaping up. Are we getting a flower or what? And then this is what the back's looking like. Oops, I need more glue on there. But see, we want to cover that up. My underside is glued, but my top side is not glued. We'll add a little bit in there. Use my scissors so I don't glue myself. All right, I think 2 more is going to do it for me. So let's do 2 more sheets. Maybe 3, but I don't think so. I think 2 is going to be great. All right. Crunch up my corners. So you might want to start saving your lids to your jars. Ask your friends to save it. You could decorate your whole living room with this thing. This is very farmhousey, which I like, but you know what? If that's not your thing, you can make this out of any color scheme. Say you're blue. Your color scheme is blue, or different blues, or you just like blue. No reason why you couldn't do this exact same thing, but with different colors of blue pages. You know, it won't be a book, you won't have words on it necessarily, but you can use color pages that you can get by the sheet at a craft store, or you can use even construction paper or copy paper. And if you want to get real fancy, you can use that, like that neat, I don't know if it's scrapbook paper, it's paper you get at a craft store that has designs on it and stuff. You could do a whole theme. So then what would you want to do for the center? You might want to do paper that is more of a solid, but in your same color scheme. I have a friend who loves purple, so I could definitely think of doing some purple. And here's a thought. We're just brainstorming while I'm crafting, right? We're just brainstorming. Say you want to do purple for my friend Peggy, and we've got all these pretty pretty colors of purple, but we are still crinkling up so it looks, oops, the rustic part. And then, you know what'll look great on the inside? Like a fabric, even a piece of fabric over top of your lid that has a pattern on it, like pretty purple butterflies, or remember the calicos that were, was it calico? That was so popular. I think it's coming back. But a pattern, a pretty pattern of fabric, and put that around. Goodness gracious. That would look really cute, and you could do it with any color scheme. If you don't like the farmhousey thing, or it's not your favorite, or you're doing it as a gift, you can make a small one, like say you've got a jar from a, I don't know, a little jar of mushrooms or something small. You can make a smaller one, and it could be a bow on top of a gift, you know, for a baby shower or bridal shower or something. You wouldn't have to use the hanger at all. You can make that to decorate your packaging. It's endless. All right, which side do I want? Ooh, I like this one. It's endless what you can do with these flowers. Let's see, does that fit in there good? Yep, I like it. I'm gonna put this a little crunched up together. And put this on here. These guys, I didn't spread out my, you know how you do it in half? I'm scritching it in half. I think I pushed them together more. That's how I got so many. So I was thinking, how in the world did I get so many pages in there? That's what it must have done. I never make two things exactly the same. But, you know, we don't either, right? We're all different. We all got different styles. It's okay. That's one of the best parts of doing something homemade, I think. All right, let's see what this one looks like. I think that'll work. All right, we're getting close, people. Let's see what we got. So this is 5 sheets. I know I've got at least 6 or 7 on that one. I don't know why I was starting out with 10. My lid is not big enough for 10. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got 6 or 7 on this one. All right, then we flip it over and you mess with it. Hold it down by the center and move your pages the way you want them to go. Oh, cute. I don't even know what this book is. It was my daughter's book that she was finished with. Ah, I like how that curls up. So, just tweak it till you got it the way you think you want it. Today, at least, right? Tomorrow I might have a different thought. And this is what it looks like. Awesome, huh? I'm gonna put a hanger on it. Which way do I want on the top? I want this dark one on top. Okay, so twine. There's my end. Cut this off. See how long I want this? That is too long. I want mine to hide in behind my petal. So I'm gonna tie a knot. I just hooked them together. How's that? Is that too long? No, that'll work. So I just made a loop with a knot. I'm gonna cut the end off. Glue this where I want it in the center. Use my scissors so I don't burn myself. And I am gluing the knot right on there. And then I'm taking my page that I did at the beginning, or I did before here, and I'm going to glue that on the back to cover this up. So, since I'm using hot glue, I just need a thin coat of this so it doesn't wrinkle. And then I'm going to put my words facing up. Make sure my whoops, my little holder wasn't down there well. I gotta glue it on there with my scissors. All right, I'm burning my fingers. Make sure your holder is secured before you glue your paper cover on the back, because the paper cover is not holding that holder on there. Even though the whole thing, the whole entire craft is light, you want it attached to the actual lid that we're using for our center, not to just paper. Awesome. Now I can touch it. This is what the back looks like, covered up so it looks neat. And my front's a little smished from laying on it, but I'm going to push it forward. I can hold it up by my hanger. And that's our craft. Isn't that awesome? So this one has fewer, at the top. This one has more sheets than this one. This one has fewer, so there's more space. Look, it's got larger petals. I told you, I don't ever make two of these that look the same. Isn't that awesome? They look great. I love them. And I loved brainstorming. Which one do I like better? I don't know. I like them both. I love brainstorming, figuring out different purposes for these crafts. I like the whole idea of making a flower, put it on a package for somebody. That's a good idea. Anyway, switching up our colors. It's fun. It's creative. And that's it. That's all I got today. Thanks for joining me. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye.